Okay. First of all, I would like to thank ICG organization, and especially my family, BGI, the teachers and my brothers, sisters. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to show how we want to convert or transform the technology into the products. So today I'm going to discuss with you or share with you the achievement we have achieved in the past few years. So it's very interesting. I started in 2016 and in Science Park, and also my friend Dr. Morse and with me together, and we generated this kind of a solution. Let me see. Okay. First of all, as you know that in Asia Pacific, we know we have this lifespan and versus the health lifespan, right? So in average, in the APAC people, so in 2020, so the average lifespan was 79 years, but the health lifespan was 68. What does that mean? That means you live with this illness for 11 years, which is big. For Chinese, I think the living with the illness is about 9 years. It's a big gap that we need to shrink that, reduce that, that live with the illness time, right? So that's the data I'd like to show you. And also, as you know, that the mobility and the mortality from all age-related diseases increase exponentially with age. And you can see this slide, the people at age 20 to start to develop this kind of risks, right? Of course, when you grow older, so more disease, especially for the severe diseases, cardiovascular and cancer will happen as you age. So what are we going to do? So we need to have a really good alert that we need a longevity, health, lifespan for everybody. For the older people, mid-aged people, we need to increase our quality of life. For the younger generation, we need to have an earlier detection to manage the risk of the diseases before it's too late. So what do we do? As you can see that the immune system starts to decline at the age of 40. And for the muscles, you decline around the age of 30 or 35. And for the cardiovascular system, you decline around 30 and 40. And for the neural functions, it decline around 30 and 40. So if you start at the age of 30 and 40, and you have a much better chance not to get this disease in your later times. So what do? We want to expand that area, give you the value of your expanded health lifespan, and by providing those three solutions I'm going to share with you. So what are we going to do? So as you know that the previous speakers give fantastic talks, and we know the chronological age versus the biological age. So chronological age you cannot reverse, and for the biological age, if you handle well, you can reverse that. So our purpose is to slow down the rate of aging from life stage 1 to 3, right? From adult, from youth to elderly. We want to slow that down to reduce the risks of the diseases. What if it happened to the middle-aged people, and we want to reverse that, reverse biological age that reflect your functional, your physiology or your biological functions. You reverse that. So if you delay and reverse that, and you have a much better chance to prevent those degenerative diseases in the times to come. So the value proposition, so I will show you that anybody, if you go into our program, you can visualize the reversal of the biological age before and after the intervention. Then you can feel better, feel younger, feel more energetic, while reduce the disease age at the same time. Yeah? So it's worthwhile to invest in your whole life, lifelong health and high quality of life. So then what are we going to do? So we use this patent technology that we patent in the US. We call it the DPO, which means the biological pathway omics. That we study how molecules change in 3 biological pathways in the cell, which is the singular transduction pathway, metabolic pathway, and the gene expression pathway. At the molecular levels that gradually reflect the cells and tissues and organs, functions, and eventually get it to your body. Then we provide personalized solutions of reverse biological age developed based on the BPO technology. I'm going to tell you how we want to do it. All right, so very general description about our BPO. So BPO based on the three pathways I just described. So the BPO we pioneered is a systematic study of the interactions of intracellular gene regulation, metabolism, and singular transduction pathways that influence human health and aging. So we have to do in-depth analysis of the test data that will provide us with the solutions on how to regulate molecule metabolite levels and the gene expression in these pathways so that cells can work properly and maintain healthy homeostasis. It's very important to keep everything at homeostasis. You cannot too much, not too less. Keep dynamic balance. That's the key. So how to understand? So you will need a molecular test of biological pathway functions. How to analyze those as data? There's so much data. We need an AI algorithm. How to improve the regulations? We need a personalized intervention solutions. So all the three technologies that have been protected by US patent, patented last year. So there's a patent that covers three areas that we proposed. The first is BPO and the GM9. That's GM9 represent the genomic metabolic data associated intervention. Also, last one is AI, represented to AI as well. But yeah, it's so important, I will show you. Then also covered metabolic testing platforms from testing to AI algorithm to personalized formulas. And last, up to 12 applications in healthy longevity. So how we want to do that? So this is a fundamental design. We want to design these things based on this principle and we're modeling. So we have three different major basics that we use it to design this aging marker and carry on the solutions. The first, we need to have a criteria of aging biomarkers, which published this year based on 11 criteria that will show you. And the hallmarks of aging, right now we have 12, right? 10 years ago it was only 9, based on that mechanism and based on the BPO. All right? Then we have the design of the reversal biological aging solutions. You can see that the thing that we need to really look at, then we choose the biological pathway, right? Then we choose what kind of biomarkers we need to analyze. And then we have we call the neuroprotectors. Then we use that, select that. And also we select the functions and based on the dosages. All things combined, we do a home sampling test kit, which is the blood job on the field paper, we call it DBS. And then genetic testing, metabolic testing combined. Then we use the AI, machine learning, and the GPT and algorithms generate two things. The first is the data associated reports with the in-depth interpretation, what's going on with your body. Then we use the data association that give you the personalized formulation. Of course, you will see we have the lifestyles and also have the health diet to reverse your aging. So that's the formulation, and we generate, and we also pack that. We made this raw materials in the US, we packed in Hong Kong. I will show you some of the selections of the biomarkers. Health lifestyle is very important. As Dr. Mosh said, you gotta have a health lifestyle combined with your intervention. Then you can see the reversal of your biological age. Then, because this we need to have an efficacy, also we need the validation, right? So we need a longevity monitoring of the biological age change, which I will show you examples. Then we can support the database. The database is very, very important. The more the database you have, the more accurate you have, and also much more convincing to public, and then contribute to neuroscience. Okay, that's the total design of our solutions and our basics. Okay. Now, if you talk about the criteria of choosing biomarkers is very, very important. You cannot choose anything you think that might be related. But there are some criteria that published this year, and so that So that there is 3 areas you need to choose. They have a methodological and a functional and operational. And there are 3 levels. The level 1, that gotta have to be this criteria, otherwise it doesn't count. Then you have a level 2 and level 3. Then we have a very, very scientific basis that choose the aging markers that fit into these criteria that are published, that are well recognized, and scientifically support. Okay? So that's how I'll show a little bit more in detail how you want to choose these biomarkers that reflect to this fundamental basics. So first of all, we choose this 9 hallmarks of aging. Everybody knows that, right? It's well known. So based on this one, you can say different functions that affect the aging. Then you use this as basics and you choose. So the specific path we choose is we call the 1-carbon metabolism. Why we choose this one? Because, as you know, this publication is last year that state 1-carbon metabolism represents 3 pathways. The first one is the methionine cycle. The second one is the folic cycle. The third one is transsulfuration cycle pathway. So all the pathways exist in the cells, not only the cytosol, also in the nucleus, and also mitochondria. As you can see, these 3 pathways are so important and everywhere in the cells, from the cytosol to nucleus to mitochondria, right? But there's so many biomarkers, how do you know? And we use that criteria, and we have filter that up. And then finally we come up with around 8 to 9 markers based on those criteria. Yeah? So we choose that. Then telomerase. Telomerase also put it in there. I think it's a very good marker that everybody recognizes that could be the very good marker for the aging. So we choose telomerase. And then we added this NAD. Yesterday I was talking with the Vincenzo. I think you guys did a good job on the NAD. NAD is everybody recognized as a marker. And this publication said that reflect, this 1-carbon reflects for 10 age of hallmarks. And this publication refers about more than that, about 12 different biomarkers that pretty much line up with the 9 hallmarks of aging, and the NAD can do. So we put NAD in there, right, because everybody recognizes that's good markers. Yeah. And then we choose some of the amino acids. That amino acids also is very, very important that in the aging and in the health systems. And based on the criteria, we choose those. So finally, we come up with 12 biomarkers that fit into the criteria, used as a panel to determine those biological age. So we have this good foundation of science. Now it's coming to the play with the BPO. So BPO, we use this for the 2 purposes. The first one, as I mentioned, that we choose based on BPO, right? And then we form up this detection. And the detection actually is the testing, not only the testing, we develop from the very beginning. We develop from the sampling, DBS, CAR, and reagent kits, and then the whole thing, right? The whole thing with the validation. And also we have the monitoring. The whole thing that has to be practiced based on the bioaging marker. They have to be really non-invasive as much as possible, and then can monitoring and can see the difference. Yeah. So that has the genetic testing, the metabolic testing, and it's a unique panel. So that's based on the BPO. We develop that. Then based on the DPO, we develop those we call the neuroprotectors, which is actually more kind of like a drugs, but it's not drug because my background is the pharmaceutical. I use this mechanism to develop that based on the BPO. That was really, really restricted development. We developed that depending on how the raw material choose and the formulation that come up with the BPO and the manufacturer, of course, in the US, FDA approved manufacturers, and we have a very good restrict safety test and by SGS, and we did a lot of in vivo studies. Yeah? And it's not enough. We did some of clinical studies as well, but we need to continue this clinical study and generate this personalized formulas and packages. So I will show you this personalized packages currently represent around 12 different ingredients that including those actives and coenzymes, cofactors that make the whole system working and keep homeostasis. Yeah, so that's the basic of the BPO. So based on this, and we have this AI. AI, we gotta have it. That is very, very powerful. That does two things for us. So number one, so that gave us a very comprehensive report. I will show you later. And the number two, that gave you the personalized formulation. The formulation is really, really powerful. For the one pathway, the AI can generate about 2,000 personalized formulation. You know, theoretically it sounds good, but practically it's maybe not that, you know, cost effective because we want to get a product, right? So we come up with different groups, and it's kind of personalized by the groups, okay? So that's the fundamental things I'd like to share with you of this technology we developed and is into the product. Right, AI. AI is so important, so we have a very strong team that develop everything by ourselves. So the first one, we evaluate various kind of methods, right, from MLL and PCA and deep learning and the KDN. Finally, we pick up a KDN, and this is with international recognized algorithm to calculate the biological age. That based on the two assumptions. The first one, the difference of biological age is the difference among the individuals' age in the same chronological age, right, in that population. You compare same peers, how old or how younger you are. So that's formula, and based on the first hypothesis. And the second hypothesis is the actual value of aging biomarker X, for example, regulates by biological age value and influenced by non-biological independent the factors that also change with a slight change we also included. So this two formulation and AI to help us to really to get as accurate as possible. Yeah, there are some variance. I will show you. If you have a question, I can answer you. But we just try our best to get as close as possible for this data we generate. Right? And the second algorithm we use is called a decision tree machine learning algorithm to calculate personalized intervention formulas. So this one's unique. This is our own development. Yeah. So based on the decision tree principle and with machine learning, and we generate various kind of the formulation based on your test data, based on how to intervene, based on your functions, based on your dosages. There's a lot of variables into this algorithm. Yeah. So that's very, very powerful by AI. Without AI, you are not able to do it by hand. Yeah. So this is the one I want to show you that's developed by our group and really works at this time. So the workflow is that we develop, of course, as I mentioned, our AI is pretty strong, and then we not only develop the apps, we have developed apps that we can log on from the app, and then everything log on. We have a home test kit, you know, easy to do. You don't have to need a nurse to take the blood from your vein. Just do it at home. Yeah. And we do this 4 different kind of tests, as you can see that. And combine the tests, AI get into place, and then we generate the biological age and the aging rate and the risk of disease and the intervention plans all together generated by the AI. And then we give you a personalized formula, and then we give you individual supplement, if you will. We call the neuroprotectors. Then we give you the AI report. And if you download our apps, and the apps will show your report, and also we implement the GPT, as you know, GTP. The first one, the ChatGPT come out, we use as for our data interpretation and questions. If you type anything into our apps, and the GTP will spell out what you want, right? Again, we are just a small company, right? We develop as much as possible so the GPT can answer all the questions regarding to our reports and some of the popular science related to health aging as well. Yeah? So with these things, we think that the whole thing works, especially with the monitor. So the monitor to view the improvements and the monitor to view your improvement, how to improve further and optimize the treatment. All things has to be monitored, we call the longitudinal monitoring, which is very, very important to do the longitudinal. Otherwise, how do you know before, after? Yeah? So we thought if this whole system works, why not apply to other therapies, which is a very challenge, like stem cells and other therapies. I think we can do it. Yeah? So assume all other therapies, we open this to everybody because for the longevity, it's very complicated. We want to contribute to our technology to other therapies, like longevity drugs, nutraceuticals, stem cells, PRP, exosomes, and holistic and Chinese traditional medicine. So they can improve some of the, we call the phenotype, right? As you make those leaves really pretty or green, but the root probably is still related to the molecular root or the biological root. So those biological root, they can see by the molecular levels. Because everything based on molecular levels, remember those molecular levels will reflect the cell functions, tissue functions, and organ functions in the human body. So if we use this concept, I think maybe possible we use this technology to monitor, to assist other therapeutics for the anti-aging or for the health aging. It's possible. So we just propose right here because we just come up with this product. We want to use this one to the society and with the different therapies and to see if that works as well. Yeah? So we want to open this up and get more input from the scientists like you, from the great scientists like you, and we can make improvement. Okay, finally I want to show you the report. There's so much report. There was almost 25 pages of the report. I just show you. So the report show you the data and the biomarker display. You got your chronological age and your bio age, your aging speed, and also compare the same population. Where are you, right? At the same time, we predict your CVD, your cardiovascular risk at the molecular level. Is too high or too low? We want to lower that down. And there's the telomerase, and what's the percentage of your telomerase in the same age of group, and the genetics, or the genetics that are related to your aging and related to that BPO pathway, and also have those markers. We'll combine together about 12 markers. Yeah, that explains each one of them. So I'll just show you very quickly what the report looks like. The second is the section of the comprehensive report, in-depth interpretation. Not only I mentioned that you can see from the GPT, and also that shows on your report. If you have any questions you don't understand, you just ask a GTP. That will answer you as much as this AI can do. Yeah? So that including the science behind we call the bioage. That's the name of the tests. So the functions of aging related to the genes and the metabolites in one common metabolism, and the nucleoside telomerase related to aging, and the intracellular NAD related to aging. Yeah? Functions of aging related to the amino acids, and we cited the 36 newly published relevant articles at the end of each report, so that you have a very solid scientific support. If you don't understand, you can check those publications. So you got to do that. And then we'll have this personalized improvement that includes health lifestyle recommendation, health diet recommendation, sports. You got to be careful, right? Aging-dependent physical exercise recommendation. We can imagine that some people already like 50, 60, you cannot ask them to kick the soccer and flip. It has to be aging-related dependent your age. We gave you recommendations. More realistic. And then personalized and the micronutrients recommendations, and finally personalized nutraceutical formula, which is right here. We give this to doctors. Doctors can use that with their packages, or we can give it to you. So finally, I'll just show you some examples. So this is the two ladies, and this lady, the first test, the biological age is 1.7 years older than the CA. So the aging speed is about 4% faster. And then after 3 months intervention, and feel good sleep, and more energy, and good mood, and happier. And biological age reversed after 3 months, reversed by 7 years, you can see. And then also the aging decreased by 15% compared to the CA. And you can see the persons, in a group, in the same age group, is much better than the same age group. So with this diagram that can also publish this diagram with pretty much filled up with the same kind of data illustration. And this lady, and she's really, really good at exercise, like athletes, she looks really good, really young, and our test tells that's true, because she exercises every day, really good. And her biological age was 40 versus his CA, but 46, so it's already young. But we still want to try. She still want to try and say, if you can further reverse me further down. So we tried again, and the same thing feels pretty good. It's good sleep, and then reversed even further by about 10 years in about 3 years, three months intervention. Yeah, this person is better than that. So this is a lady. So finally, I want to show you one impressive results from the man, and the biological age was not bad in the beginning and had very good feel. Then this is the first the cardiovascular risk was not too bad, it's low. And then we gave the personalized intervention about 3 months. So the bio age reversed by 11 years compared to CA, and then also slowed down, further down by about 15% of the aging. And of course, you can see that cardiovascular from the low to minimum, same time reduced that risks. And then further, after 6 months, you can see the biological age further decreased further to 17 years, and then slow down by 0.73, right? So it's really good. After 9 months of intervention, and this person achieved this significant of the results, and then you can see that the cardiovascular factor and kept it very low after 9 months of the intervention. Okay, so finally, I show this is our powerful APP, and the GTP question for WhatsApp or for our apps. And this is our APP. It's very comprehensive with your report and your health column, my report, and the column online shopping, and your AI exercise. Very, very comprehensive. So we have this platforms that would do the formulation and genotype, and also phenotype for metabolic test and AI. And right now we address 7 areas of the health longevity. I'm going to do it quickly. It's our company, and it is our current products. BioAge was one of them, and then we also provide other products online and offline and work with the doctors. So finally, the use of scientific criteria to select aging biomarkers. That's our first we need to do criteria. The second, we use the US patent technology to design the reverse aging solutions. And then this testing solution can evaluate other therapies. Powerful AI applications, you gotta have it. Then we just want to restrict that the BA, biological age, just reflect the change in cellular and body functions. It's not magic. It's just like a biomarker to reflect your body change. So our job is to extend these areas, right, to make those healthy life for longer and much healthier. So that's what we try to achieve right now, and as a current achievement, we just got it, and we want to share with you. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much.